welcome back to Not Delete, the show where we review both new and older movies. This is Gino.
This is Robert.
This is Ricardo.
America.
And Gio's not here. I don't know where he's at. I think he's wandering the world, figuring out his life, I guess, after watching the This Is 4-hour ass movie, Justice League. But before we get into that, you don't see my face because my internet is out and I'm working on 4G. But there's my lovely snapshot for now. But so let's continue on the show. We have a special guest, the young adults, Kevin and Swan. Hello, guys.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm Kevin.
I'm Swan.
Ooh, the
Welcome,
special
guys.
guest.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Thanks for having
I'm
us.
just happy to be here.
Anyways, before we move on to our movie, can I tell a little story?
Of course.
Yes.
All right.
Please.
So last week I did a thing. I went to the movies for the first time in over a year.
What?
Yeah.
So you got the dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Where'd
was
you
Tenet.
go? What did you
I was
watch?
Tenet. I went to see Tenet.
Really?
Yeah, because they
Nailed it.
brought it out because they opened up the AMC at City Walk and they have an IMAX theater there, and they put Tenet on, and I was like, man, I have to go, right? So I figured like it was worth the risk. Like I haven't done shit during the pandemic. I haven't fucking partied. I haven't visited anybody. I've followed all. I'm the one guy.
Wait,
who's
didn't you get
fucking followed all
vaccinated
the
already?
rules. No, I didn't. I
Oh,
haven't.
shit. That was
Yeah.
Gino, right?
That was
Gio.
Gio.
No, not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Like, if I get it, I get it, whatever. I went to City Walk on
That's
a
right.
Sunday at 12:30. I picked the earliest time to try to avoid like the crowds, right? Theaters are about 25% capacity, right? But like getting into City Walk is like a journey on its own. Because you go in and they only have one entrance. They funnel everybody into one entrance, which is smart, I guess, because instead of spreading everybody out, you make everybody go in through one place, right?
And then everybody's together.
And everybody's together, right? And there
Are
they
masks
take your
required?
yes, masks are required. So there they take your temperature before you walk into City Walk, which does nothing. I don't even know why they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they did that. I got through that, right? I'm not a zombie. I walked in and it was pretty empty. So I was like, oh, this feels good. And they make everybody like who's walking this way, walk on one side, and then everybody's walking this way, walking the other. I was like, all right, so they're doing a good job. Got into the theater. Everybody has shields on. Everything is shielded. You can still buy stuff, which is weird. But I
Like
went up
popcorn?
to I did buy stuff because I wanted the whole experience, right?
What'd you buy?
I bought some chicken tenders.
Whoa.
And I see.
Ooh.
Some
Yeah.
tendies. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's some real shit.
Yeah, I said, hold
Yeah.
the COVID, please.
You were
um,
hungry.
Yeah, I was hungry. So I finally went up there. I got into my seat. I chose the seat at the very end of the row, like the furthest back at the very end of the row, right? In my row, there was nobody for about, I say 15 seats. They did a good job, like distancing wise, in the theater. I didn't feel too uncomfortable.
Were
but
you
I mean,
guys
you're-
staggered? Like,
Yeah. So I think once you buy a ticket, it like automatically blocks out like a certain number around you. Right. But I mean, you're in a room. So I mean, once everything's like particles go in the air, I don't think it matters,
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But I mean, I gotta say, like being in a theater and watching a movie in a theater is fucking amazing. Like I obviously haven't done it in a year. So I was like, oh my God, like I'm home, right? And even like
were you feral?
huh?
Were you feral? You're like, I don't even know how to people. Were you like, hello,
Oh,
sir?
totally. I was like,
Like
somebody
one
said-
ticket for the
Yeah.
cinema, please.
Yeah, somebody said like hello. So I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, but even like the trailers that they showed a trailer for Mortal Kombat, right? When I saw the trailer like on YouTube, I was like, whatever, But then I saw it on the big screen. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see it. Like, oh, it's so cool.
Did you see the Kong versus Godzilla?
Yeah, they showed that trailer too. And
Oh,
I
hell
could give
yeah,
a shit
brother.
about that. But seeing that, I was like, oh my God, like it looks so amazing,
Yes, sir.
The movie itself,
Yes,
like
sir.
obviously I made no secrets about it. I love it. So that was awesome. But I will say, like, it does feel weird, like being there, because like ultimately, like the movies are an escape, right? Escape from reality, right?
Mhm.
It's a little hard to escape when everybody around you is like has masks and all the workers have like face shields and stuff. So it's like, kind of like going to the movies when like the building next door is on fire. You can't really like relax and just like enjoy the film,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was what it was. I didn't feel too uncomfortable. I'm about a week from it. So I have a week to go before I'm like in the clear. Like I didn't get sick. Like, and so I risked it, and I was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my experience.
Damn, that would suck if you died because of Christopher Nolan.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
yeah, dude.
It was like, although like life well spent, right? I died doing what I love doing, right?
Yeah, I guess.
If
kind
I
of,
was gonna go out,
Yeah.
I'd rather be that way than not doing
And it,
that. you
yeah,
know?
just be confused for an hour and then at the last minute get it because they get it
Totally.
explained. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Man.
yeah.
I'm really glad I understood it before I died. Because I also would have gone to my grave like, what the fuck was that dude like doing there? Like,
He's like,
Damn,
wait,
and that
let's.
movie's long, so you were there for a
I
while.
was there for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking about movies, let's get into it. Robert, what did we watch this week?
Yeah, so this week's new movie is titled Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's available on HBO Max and it's directed by Zack Snyder. It stars Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, and the rest of the superheroes who make up the league. This movie is essentially about an evil CGI monster who comes to Earth to collect 3 boxes, which allow him to bring an even badder CGI monster to Earth. And it's up to Batman and the rest of the Justice League to stop him. In case you guys didn't know, Justice League from 3 years ago, Zack Snyder actually had to leave that movie before he finished it for personal reasons.
Yeah.
So WB, once they saw what he had, decided that they didn't like it. So they brought in Josh Whedon to do some reshoots and add some like extra stuff to it. And that movie came out and everybody fucking hated it, right? So then
And hated Joss Whedon too.
Totally, yeah. So then Twitter got involved and they started putting pressure on WB to release, quote, the Snyder cut, right? Apparently the original cut of the film that was in the vault somewhere, right? So flash forward to now, this movie is different from the 2017 version that it discards all the footage and plot lines from Josh Whedon's version. And they claim that this is the original vision of the film. So this is what you were supposed to see back in 2017 before Zack Snyder left. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I don't believe it.
yeah, let's get it going. Kevin, since you're our guest, why don't you start us off? What did you think of this movie?
On principle, I think it's cool, right? Like, just say fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna release a 4-hour marathon of a fucking documentary. You know what I mean? Fucking put it out there, baby. You know, on principle, right? I'm just gonna do it. You know, with just send it all out there, put it in fucking 4:3 format for some reason. You know what I mean? And just fucking blast it out into space. But this is where I say if I'm in or out, right? But
Yeah.
overall,
Or delete.
oh yeah, or delete. Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Complicated.
It's complicated, dude, because it's like I'm in on like the basics of just being able to just do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know, Zack Snyder at the end of the day, thanks to twitter.com and all the redditors on r/ fucking incels, we're able to fucking make it happen and shit. But yeah, win cells. But fucking movie sucked, dude. It was too long. I was so bored the entire time. Like the last hour, I was skipping through it. Like I switched because I was watching on my TV, which is a smart TV. Shout out Amazon. I was like watching it, you know what I mean? And then I went to my laptop to try to I was like, dude, this is taking too long. Like I was looking at my fucking like imaginary clock and shit, and then I was just like skipping through it.
Were you just watching the thumbnails as you hovered over the bar?
No, because
just to get the story,
dude. Because HBO Max doesn't let you do that thing that
it doesn't.
The streaming service lets you do. So I was like, click, 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 and then sometimes I would click on the same spot and be like, oh, I gotta rewatch this. No, click, 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 click. You know what I mean? It was so long. I fucking I'm out. I'm out. Yeah.
Okay.
Anthony?
Just to be a contrarian, I'm gonna say I'm in.
Ooh.
I'm in. I'm in because I mean it's a superhero movie. I mean, how good could it actually be, right? I mean, there's not
Hot take.
I don't really like superhero movies. I mean, the Marvel ones I'm not a fan of, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 times I tried to see this movie, I fell asleep. So yeah, it's I mean, it wasn't perfect, definitely, right? But yeah, for a superhero movie, I mean, I liked it. It was definitely too long, probably like an hour too long. And
Just 1 hour?
I mean, yeah, I mean, Endgame was like 4 hours too, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
About 3.
Was it 3?
Yeah.
I mean, there was 2 of them, right?
Yeah. Oh, I guess. So then like 6.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, but it was filmed like at the same time, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm in just because Zack Snyder. I mean, there was like some things that reminded me of like Watchmen, I guess.
Ooh.
So
Which parts?
just like certain
Watchmen rule, dude.
a lot of it sucked too though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. I mean for what it was, I liked it. I like that it happened. I'll just say that.
I like that it happened.
Yeah, there's not like too many like
Fair enough.
big like movie spectacle kind of things
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
And
that's
I was
true.
just like, this is one of those, and fuck it, this is
Yeah,
cool.
it is pretty cool that it's a thing, you know?
I like how positive you guys are about it. Like, I kind of I didn't really like it, but I'm glad it happened.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm alive. Basically,
Yeah.
it's a new lease on life. If you don't mind, I'll go next.
Go ahead, Robert.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I like Zack Snyder's work. Like, I love Watchmen. I love some of the other stuff. I'm a bit of a Batman v Superman apologist, even though it's kind of stupid. Like, I kind of enjoy it. So I was mildly interested in this. I was like, all right, let's see what the original vision was, right? So I actually like sat down and watched it on Thursday, the day it was released. And like I watched 45 minutes of it and I was bored out of my mind. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. So I was like, well, there's no need for me to watch the rest of it. So I'm just gonna turn it off. And then we decided here amongst us that we were gonna review it like on the podcast, right? So I was like, son of a bitch, I have to go watch the rest of it, right? Fuck. So I watched the rest of it, and I gotta say, this was one of the most miserable experiences I've ever had watching a movie. Because it was 4 hours long. And don't get me wrong, I've sat through 4-hour movies before, and I've enjoyed 4-hour movies before, but there was no reason for this to be 4 hours. It's like, like you guys, Kevin, you mentioned that you're glad it exists, right? Because the dude got to make his vision, right?
Yeah.
Sure, that's fine, right? Like, he's an artist. He got to do his thing. But on the other hand, it's so incredibly self-indulgent to go back into the movie and add every single piece of raw footage they had simply to extend the runtime, which is like, there was no
the fucking ladies at the beginning singing. Why?
There was no story added to it. It's like,
why, dude? It's like she was kind of hot. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed it for like a second.
What part of Lois Lane getting coffee didn't you like?
Lois Lane, why, dude? Lois Lane, why? You know what I'm like?
Any points that this made up, like adding character stuff to some of the characters that were cut out, were immediately lost by its length, because like, you just can't take it. You're just not interested, And I don't see this as being better than the 2017 version. I think they're both awful. It's like asking me, would you rather drown in an ocean or the lake, right? It's the same shit. I'm still gonna fucking die, right? It's a horrible, horrible experience, man. Like, I absolutely hated this. We'll get into details later, but that was my this is delete, but I don't think I said it. I delete this movie.
Oh, delete.
Those are my thoughts. Ricardo, what about you?
Okay, so, I had the same experience. I don't remember shit about the original one. I just remember hating it too. I remember watching it and hating a bunch of shit and being like, "Oh, this movie was terrible," right? And I didn't want to watch this one, so I watched the first half. You know how they cut it into pieces and they give you chapters or whatever? I was already like, "Damn, this movie's like, this is gonna take forever," right? But we watched it in 2 days, so that helped, right? So we watched the second half, or second three. I don't know what fucking chapter we're at, but we're like in the 4th or something. And we watched it. And then like after that, like Superman coming back or whatever, like I was like legit entertained. I was like, fuck it, I'm with it, like I'm having fun. And like,
you were out?
I was out. I was completely out, and they fucking brought me back in straight up. And
just start watching chapter 4.
Sopranos reference.
yeah. It's the good. I mean, Godfather. Yeah. But yes. I'm an in on this.
Oh.
yeah. I was.
That's a hot take.
I'm not alone.
Damn.
Yeah, I was weirdly entertained, and like I didn't feel it being long after that, even though I guess it wasn't, because I did cheat, like I watched it by parts, but I was like, oh, this is cool, fine. And I wanted to watch it in like actual parts, like you said, like if it was like a series or something. I'd rather watch it like that, but whatever. There was a bunch of dumb shit happening, like especially like with Wonder Woman's music, everything, There was just like a lot of shit going down, right? But she didn't talk that much, which helped. like a lot of people
What?
like because that was one of the main things I hated from the other, original one, you know.
She gave like a whole 10-minute exposition scene about the bad guy.
Yeah, that little piece, but then like I don't know, it didn't bother me as much as like, you know, how it bothered me. Like it wasn't trying to be funny like the other one, you know. The ending was fine to an extent, and it just kept going. And then I was like, "Fuck, this movie fucking sucks." Whatever, I was already in. I'm already in. Fuck it, I'm in. America, what do you think?
I'm deleting this movie. Just straight away. I hated this. It was 4 hours too long for me because I already did watch it, you know, back in 2017. And I hated it then. I didn't think it was good. I thought it looked terrible, which is like, you know, obviously superhero movies are not my thing. And I hate CGI stuff. And it just, it's just horrible, dude. 4 hours, stupid Wonder Woman song, like every 30 seconds. It doesn't make sense.
But I'm telling you, it got fun, no? Like,
No, I don't
oh, well, it got fun for me. So we were watching it,
did.
and Wonder Woman's song would come out, and we'll be doing it together.
Dude, I felt like it was an
But it feels like it was
Shakira
like
song. That's what I felt like. I felt like Shakira was gonna.
Yeah.
Then I would've liked it. Like,
I thought it was the
Ricardo.
intro to that song.
It was like
Yeah.
WrestleMania. It was like WrestleMania when you hear the fucking song.
Yeah,
You're
dude,
like,
when
oh,
that bad guy flipped the horse over, I laughed so hard because I was like, no.
Oh my God.
Wait. We can get to details after.
Okay,
after.
all right. Gino, what did you
yeah,
think?
yeah.
Oh my god, this movie is so long. It took me 2 days to get through it. I mean, I tried to sit through it. Oh, there's a lot of stuff they could have cut out. That music you guys are talking about, oh my god, I'm glad I'm not the only one, and I'm not just saying it because of this we're having conversation we're having, but also like social media, like everyone's putting the song for any little thing. It's like when Wonder Woman plugs in a toaster and the song starts playing, I start fucking dying. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start using that as my alarm clock because I'll be like, "Fuck, I have to get up right now."
God.
So waking up to that song. But yeah, overall, of course, I do think it is better than the Joss Whedon version. Because I was like Kevin, I fell asleep halfway in the movie, and I don't remember it, nor I care to go back to watch it to see what I missed on that Joss Whedon version. But I'm an out. I have to give it an out. I just wish he didn't make it 4 hours. Like we didn't need those 4 hours. Like I think he just wanted a 4 hours to redeem to just show Warner Brothers, if you guys let me fucking take my break and let me fucking do this movie, this will never happen. But here you go, dumbasses, you fucked up. That's how I feel like that's what he did. He was just trying to tell WB to go fuck yourself. But yeah, Gal Gadot, she's gorgeous, but she needs to stop talking. Just stop.
What? We don't objectify women on this podcast. Okay.
Dude, she's a horrible actress. Did you see Wonder Woman 2?
She's okay. She's a good Wonder Woman.
I mean, she looks
not
good
a
as Wonder
bad-
Woman.
You see,
So here the thing is, I think Wonder Woman's character actually just sucks. I think it's just written just bad. It's a fucking so like they're like
it's very hard to make that character interesting.
yeah, her character she dresses like a medieval fucking warrior, but has like mystical powers and this fucking lasso. I think the character in and of itself is just bad. You know what I mean?
But did you see in the big scene where she like explains like everything, right?
Yeah,
like bad guy, right? Even fucking Bruce Wayne in that scene is not interested
Fell
in what
asleep.
she's like. That motherfucker is like working on something. He's like, oh yeah. And then after like the 20 minutes, he's like, dude, you could have just emailed me that. Like you didn't have to like tell me the whole story, you know? It's so bad, but
too, though.
yeah. But this movie is getting so much praise like on the internet, like everybody's loving it.
Oh,
And I was
I
like,
think
and that means I'm out of touch. That means I'm fucking out of touch because I hated every second. To me, this movie was offensive. Like honestly, like, I'm gonna post to you guys a series of questions, right? And then kind of get to see where I'm coming from. What would a movie be if it didn't have a cinematographer? Like, what would you have?
Trash.
You would just have
an iPhone footage, like
you would just have
Podcast.
a static camera pointed at like people, right, doing their thing, right?
Yeah.
What would a movie be without production design or art direction?
a
Just be an
fucking-
empty room, like white walls, right?
Right.
So to me, this is a movie with no editing. And editing just doesn't mean like, oh, you go from cut to cut, right? It means you take stuff out that you don't need to tell a cohesive story. A lot of people saying this movie's cohesive. I don't find it cohesive at all. Like
Yeah.
I had no idea what the fuck was happening, you know? So that to me is what makes it the most offensive, is that there is no editing in this when there should have been. I was bored out of my mind in the first 45 minutes because it was just nothing but slow-mo action scenes. I was like, what is happening? There is no story here. By the time they get to anything that resembles a story, I was totally like the commercials, like this is your brain and this is your brain on drugs. Like my brain was the egg. Like it was splattered. Like it was done. And I was like, why am I sitting through, like, none of this is interest, none of this is even the least bit interesting for me. And Ricardo, it feels like you were saying like this is a so bad it's good type of thing, which I didn't get that at all, because the movie has to be fun, it has to be dumb. And it really is, it's so pretentious, it weighs so much that it takes any of that out of it.
And like I remember I think I texted you guys and I said, how the fuck do you watch this movie in parts? Because I was already done because of that intro. I was like, what
it was
we literally had to tell this guy, like, you can just pause the movie. It was like, how am I supposed to watch this? Like,
because I thought it was gonna be in parts. That's the thing.
well, it was in parts.
Oh, it was
Essentially.
No, like I thought you could, like, you're gonna
like selected like an episode.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my god,
That would have been helpful.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It would have been like I could have skipped so many and then just.
Yeah.
Why would you skip though? Then you're not watching the entire movie.
Yeah, I know. But if we weren't doing this, I would have done that.
Here's the thing. I think if you just forget about the 4 hours, why there's no reason, right? Just make 2 hours and change. I think there'd be a movie in here that I would enjoy,
So you think it would have been better if it was cut cohesively?
Totally.
But you would have been in?
Maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it still would have sucked.
I know, Kevin, you listen to our show probably like the most out of any. You're like our one listener, right?
Still waiting on the merch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, like the one thing we always bring up, like in criticism, is the length of a movie.
Yeah.
Like we always constantly say this movie's too long. Well, it's not so much that it's the length that we're complaining about, it's the pacing, right? If a movie is not paced well, it could make a 90-minute movie feel like 4 hours. If a movie's paced well, it can make a 4-hour movie feel like 90 minutes, right?
Yeah.
This movie it's not interested in any of that. And it just shows you every little thing, every little detail about every little thing to stretch out the runtime.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the difference between this one and the last one though? Because like Cyborg and Flash weren't even like a thing, the other one, right? So like they had to go through that whole origin story type of bullshit.
Sure.
And fit that in there, right? So I think it's like they had to introduce characters and fit like all this other shit into the 2 hours of the other one.
Yeah.
So it had to have been at least like 3 hours, no? Something like that.
Sure. That's why I said like any points that it makes up. Because I the one kind of scene that I did enjoy was the Cyborg one. Because it reminded me a lot of the Dr. Manhattan one from Watchmen. It was like cut in the same like style with like the music and all that. So it's like, oh, that's cool, like visually, right? But any points that you make up there, you lose by showing me 45 minutes of Wonder Woman like jumping through the air, right?
I just knew it was gonna be long, and it's hard to like introduce what is it? It's like 6 characters.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's
like
true.
it's too many. That's something that like Marvel did good, right? Like they took like 10 movies to get to this fucking conclusion, but Zack Snyder had to like do this whole thing in just one fucking movie.
Forget about like Marvel and they had like the individual movies leading up to the team up movie, right? Forget about that. I'm just bringing in like an example here. I watched the Trial of the Chicago 7.
Oh, you did?
Like last week, right? That movie has the 7 central characters, even 8 if you count the other guy, right? That movie in the first 5 minutes and change introduces each one of those characters and lets you know who they are and what they're doing in the movie, right? And that's all you need. No, because that's what's called screenwriting, right? And that's what this movie didn't have. And that's what I mean about the other aspects of filmmaking that was missing in this one. This one is all just visuals.
But they're not superheroes.
It doesn't matter. They're characters.
I think because it's a superhero movie, I think that they can get away without introducing them really. Give them something. I don't know. I think you can give them something really simple, because everyone who's watching this and is gonna enjoy this in the first place is probably already knows about this.
No, because they want to see it. That's why. Like, if it's a superhero movie, they have fans,
No.
and they were like, they want to
Yeah.
see more of the
That's
story.
the problem with these fucking movies. And
I mean, yeah.
that's why we got this movie just to fucking begin with, because people
I
are
mean,
like, oh, can we please have
yeah.
it, please? You know, and it's just, I don't
Hey,
know.
don't offend my fans.
I feel like
dude.
the people that are praising this movie are praising it because it maybe brings like a panel that they love in the comics like to the big screen, right? And like,
Yeah.
that's really all it is. It's really shallow, right? Because like, so what if you
Superhero
saw,
movies.
yeah, like a lot of people are saying like the Batman and Joker scene at the very, 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 very end.
Nah.
It's like the best Batman and Joker scene like that's ever been.
Who
Like,
said that?
you don't care.
Who
Like,
said
look
that?
on Twitter.
Because he said, what did he say,
Twitter.com.
fuck or something?
Yeah.
Twitter.com.
Yeah. It's like they're like, oh my god, it's so good. I was like, first of all, you don't care about these two characters. You don't really know them. They're talking about they're talking about things that we've
Yeah,
never
Jared Leto
seen,
just
and they're
sucks.
referencing things that's probably never gonna happen. It's like, how could you even consider that good? And it's
Why
out
is
of
it
focus.
included in this movie?
Because it's just self-indulgent. Like they're just like, oh, let's just...
See, I don't mind indulgence though. You know what I mean?
Same.
Yeah, I like the fucking art house films. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Gaspar Noé and his fucking Irreversible and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Can't call this that.
But you can't call this.
See, like-
you can't
it's
call this
art.
like you can't call this like any other superhero movie. At least recently.
Wait, what? Is that it?
Like this is different than like your what was the last Marvel movie that came out? Like you can't call that this, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm.
sure.
A,
And that's
yeah.
and I'll take that is what I'm trying. At least my
Yeah.
take.
It bothers me that there is literally no reason for it to be that long. Like I said, you can make this
No,
2
yeah.
hours
Yeah,
and
that's
change.
true.
Like,
No, yeah, it
you
was
could
long,
be
yeah.
different. You could be different. Be dark. Be in 4 right there. I don't give a fuck.
The
be,
blood,
Be
I like the
cell
blood.
phone size. I don't give a
That-
shit.
that-
the
this is
blood
what
with
I was
the
gonna
blood
say.
and the
Yeah.
axe and shit.
That I was watching it, and I was watching it while working out, so I was like like working out, doing stuff because
Oh hell yeah,
can't
you were
just
Wonder
sit down
Woman
and watch
shaking
it.
your booty and shit. You're
yeah, I was just like moving my
There's so
shit.
much
I
time.
had-
Head in high heels.
You could do so
I had
many,
Shanti in the
you could do
side, I
so
was
many
like, alright.
activities while watching the movie. You have 4 hours.
So,
Yeah, that's what I
so
did.
this is what I was
I
gonna say.
slept.
That the movie like had this cool little ending. I don't know if it ended the same. I don't remember the first time, but it
Yeah,
ended.
We all
I mean,
got
I-
different
yeah.
versions. Yeah.
Yeah, so like with the little the whole Flash saving the day. Spoiler, right
Yeah.
there.
For
So-
breaking his ankle?
No, the ending.
Oh.
So okay, so
They
I
also
was like,
fucked it
oh,
up.
this is
Yeah,
cool.
that happened like 2
fine.
hours ago.
So it ended, right? And I was like, cool, it's ending. And in the movie, we pause it and it says like 30 minutes left. Now, like, what is there to do? That's it. The movie should be over, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
that was actually like the extra shit and the whole dream thing. I was like, what is going on? We don't need none of this.
Yeah, I looked to see if I was able to 2x the whole movie. Because I knew I didn't have like the attention span. My ADD is already off the walls half of the day, right? And to sit till like 4 hours and shit like that and try to like actually focus on like plot and character structure and shit like that. You know what I mean? I started to try to see into I like the guy's fucking Steppenwolf. I like his fucking suit. You know what I mean?
Agree. I
had-
totally agree.
Yeah, that had me really like involved half of the time, just seeing like
This
is
every
like,
single
oh,
little
shit.
thing
And-
tick and
And
shit.
then
Yeah.
the other bad guy, what was his name? The other bad guy?
Dark
Dark
Side?
side.
He
Oh,
was
yeah.
cool too. No, I was like, oh, fine.
Yeah.
I thought
Like,
Steppenwolf
whatever.
looked cooler than
Yeah.
Darkseid. It was just Darkseid was
Stephen
taller.
I would say Stephen will look cooler because he had
Yeah,
the fish scales going.
yeah,
things
the suit,
going.
yeah.
So
I-
another thing I wanted to say, that I was already like, oh shit, this I don't know why they have the whole dream scene or whatever. And then he talks to that guy, the alien guy.
Martian
Manhunter.
Shit.
Yeah, okay. So I didn't know who that was because like he's like live action, so he's not
Oh, okay,
animated. So
yeah.
I didn't know who that was. I thought it was a bad guy because they show him in the beginning, right? They're having
like
this
randomly.
cool moment. They're
Yeah.
having this cool moment with the mom and the Lois Lane for Superman, right? And then he comes out and it's a fucking alien. So I was like, what was the whole point? Is he a good
Oh,
guy or a
yeah.
bad guy? So the movie was
Yeah.
already like, I was
Well,
like,
I think in the DC universe he used to be a bad guy, you know? And then he has a change of heart, and then he's like, I'm a good guy
Sure.
now.
This is where we need Geo. Like he's the expert.
Yeah, if I
He's the one
remember
that comes
clearly.
with the IMDb results.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All I was saying is that he was pointless. I don't get it. I don't know why he was there, but fine. They put him in there, and they made me look for him. On the internet. It worked.
Well, Lois Lane was pointless too, right? Lois Lane, the entire movie was just kind of like, I guess we're just saying this girl vibe, you know? Shout out you, sister, girl boss, hashtag queen. You know, just living life. You know what I mean? She's out there. She's out there just, you know, living it up. She's like, my boyfriend just died. LOL, not. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she's just kind of just vibing.
Did not install Tinder.
Yeah,
So-
did not install Tinder. She's just kind of chilling. I had slight beefs with like certain like aspects of like their characters in and of itself. You know what I mean? It really bugs me that Wonder Woman's hair remains impeccable. She doesn't have a drop of sweat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Feel like a little shit like that just bugs me while I look over at Jason Momoa's perfect ass body and he's like sweating and his muscles are rippling, you know what I mean? And like and just a little shit like that I feel like is a little bit annoying. I thought it was cool that they have actual like real world superhuman women like being the fucking the Amazonians. Like there's a sick ass CrossFitter. Her name is Brooke Ents. She's fucking jacked, dude. She's fucking bodied up. You know what I mean? Fucking beat all of us up with her
Nice.
pinky and shit like that. And she's one of those Amazonians that like that holds.
Holding
down-
she
holds-
dies, right?
Holds the thing.
The one that gets
Yeah.
killed by a horse?
No.
No, she dies in the temple. It goes down.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought shit like that was sick.
Oh, trip out on this though. So they're super strong and shit, and then the horse falls on top of them, and they can't fucking
They
pick it
die.
up.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, right?
But then again,
Why didn't they
Uh,
do that?
My one weakness.
That was in the
you
first
threw a
movie.
horse on me.
Their horses are also
Oh,
strong.
that's my one weakness.
yeah, because maybe they're just Amazonian horses, right? They're just superhero horses.
Yeah.
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 Oh, maybe that's true. This is one of the things I liked about it. Actually liked about is that it was violent, you know, like it was bloody, like that.
Rated R.
I like all that shit.
The problem is that like it was so like the really like bloody parts, there were like very few and far in between that when you did see it, it was like, oh, that's weird. You saw an arm get cut off.
Oh,
No?
that's right, dog.
So like it wasn't like it was like I feel like it should have been more. If you're gonna go that way, just
they
like
should have
blow everybody's head up, you know?
They should have gone.
But
Blow
like
it
it's
up,
like
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
they just looked at the footage they had, like where could we add like a guy exploding, you know, and just like composited him in, you know,
Hey,
and it's just like, oh, the visual effects were horrible in this.
Oh,
They
yeah.
look like your Zoom background. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, there was a lot of
They, like-
clipping when fucking
Yeah.
what's his name, bald guy was inside the
Oh
water.
my
and shit
god.
like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that was
yeah.
the worst.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I was like, what's going on there? I
yeah.
literally paused it and I called her and I was like, dude, look what you're gonna experience right now. The water's all fucking fake.
I hate that. Ugh, God.
What about good things? What things did you guys like
Come on,
about the
guys, let's
movie?
get the positives.
I like that it ended.
I like, you know what I
I don't-
liked about it? You know what I liked about it? The movie was so fucking long. Like I pressed play and by the time it was over, like I went outside and the pandemic was over. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's been that long.
We got a comedian over here.
Yeah.
He
No,
says
okay,
that
okay.
violin and
Okay,
shit.
okay. I'll be nice because I have calmed down a bit, like because I watched it a week ago or whenever it came out, and I was
Yeah.
furious. I was like, "What the fuck?" You know, if I will say, like, if you do like Zack Snyder and his style, which I do, but like this movie, like you're gonna love all 4 hours of this, right? It's like because we love Quentin Tarantino, and we could sit through the 3 hours that was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is people talking,
Love
right?
is
And we could enjoy
love is a
that.
strong word.
Yeah.
Very loosely using it, but you should.
Yeah. I don't know. But so like you know, and the 4x3 I thought would bother me, but it didn't really bother me. I was like, I got kind of over it. Like
What was the
half
deal with the
hour in.
4x3 That's what I want to know.
I don't
Um,
know.
Just
like a
because,
medium
man,
form.
just because.
No, so I think they wanted to do it in IMAX ratio, like to fill the IMAX screen, right?
That's right.
So that's why when you watch it on a regular TV, it doesn't have like it's not wide, it's tall. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought it was because the CG was gonna suck, and then that was gonna help it. you know?
I also
didn't
made
have
that
to
joke.
make
I
sense.
said
Yeah.
that they didn't render the effects on the edges of the screen.
Yeah.
They ran out of time. They,
They just cropped it out.
Other positives like the cyborg scene, like I already mentioned. I like that scene.
I was gonna say too that like I'm telling you, I don't know. I guess she did explain the whole story, but they took the jokes out, and then it wasn't like as they weren't trying to be. You know, how in the original one they were trying to be like the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
They were trying to be funny, and there's color.
Yeah.
So like this one didn't have it, so I guess that helped. Like that's a positive, right?
Yeah, in the sense that the original one was like a Franken movie.
Yeah.
They took what they had and Josh Whedon tried to add his style to it, but he's completely different from Zack Snyder's. It's like it doesn't work.
It felt
Yeah.
forced, you know,
Yeah.
like super forced. So.
Yeah. So like so this being just like one person's vision, sure, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know?
looking forward to like the Flash movie though. I feel
Me
like
too,
Flash out of all of them
actually.
is like my favorite
Is that
character.
a thing?
I think they're gonna make like.
I think they're still doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But what I'm looking forward to about that Flash movie is that Michael Keaton's Batman's coming back supposedly, and I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I'm ready to jizz in my pants.
Dude, what's that?
I like how the
Oh, wait.
whole thing, everything you said was all
Let me
like
repeat it.
Robot?
robot, and then I'm
Oh.
the chance.
Sorry.
It's super clear.
that Gino's speech was like structured like the Zack Snyder movie. It was like super slow motion, and it just ended with boom, jizz.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Who's hotter, Jason Momoa or Henry Cavill?
Cavill.
Ooh, Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Long
Are
hair.
the only Cavill fan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I could have it for
Fucking-
myself then.
Fucking
Wait,
white boy
who-
summer lover.
Wait, who you guys compared? Him and who?
Superman.
Henry
Superman.
Cavill, Superman.
Oh,
Aquaman or Superman?
damn, fuck. No, no, wait.
Superman looks like a stock photo.
No.
like-
Superman with the mustache? Damn, you seen that? Just the
Nah.
mustache.
I've seen that,
Like,
yeah,
his
I've
body
seen
is like
that.
this.
Okay.
Suicide Squad, no?
Is that when he has stash?
Isn't he in Suicide Squad?
No, he's
No.
in Mission Impossible. It was
Oh,
that's when he had the
that's
stash.
The new one, though. He's not in that?
Not that we know of.
No.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Spoiler
Oh,
alert. That's
I'm gonna go with Superman. He's fucking hotter.
What?
Yeah.
What?
There's no way,
He's a
dude.
PC,
He's
bro.
bigger. He's bigger and he has hairy chest.
Nah, Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa
Jason
is
Momoa,
like
bro.
like a dude.
I think Jason
Like a
Momoa is
bro.
bigger.
No,
Yeah,
no,
dude.
no.
You haven't seen
Dude.
Jason Momoa rock climbing? It's fucking finger strength, dude. Imagine that. Remember?
Ugh.
Dude, I gotta look at their
fingers.
body. Dude, 'cause I've seen Mission Impossible. He's fucking big, dude.
Because
Yeah,
he's standing
but-
next to freaking Tom Cruise, like
Yeah.
5'6".
Yeah, Tom Cruise is, fucking indefinitely on an Apple box trying to match
Okay,
up
Yeah.
so who's
Yeah.
hotter, Thor or Aquaman?
Aquaman.
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 Who's Thor?
Yeah, you got to go for the BIPOX, you know?
Aquaman.
Yeah.
BIPOC. Sounds like a disease.
No, he's a
I'll go with
he's a
Thor.
AAPI, no?
Because he's Polynesian. You're right.
Yeah, he's AAPI.
You're right. Sorry to take this down the gay route.
Would you say, Robert?
Thor.
He just like white guys, huh? That's what it is. He's racist.
Yeah.
He just likes white guys.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. He likes a little bit of the clear skin. It's
Mhm.
okay.
I mean, I'm surprised that we have like as many positives for this movie as we do. But I guess like if you're a fan of Zack Snyder and you wanted to see his version of the Justice League, there is a lot here for you. You probably enjoy this, right? If you're not a fan of that, like if you're just a casual movie fan, this is gonna be one of the worst experiences you'll ever have to sit through because of the length. And that's
All I
you
can
know?
say is cut it into pieces, and you could physically click on the
But
chapter.
you already can.
You can? How do you do
Yeah.
that? I asked
It
you guys
splits
how-
it up for you. If you pause it, it shows you where the marks are.
It's
for
little
the
dots.
chapters.
Oh, it has little dots?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, see, that's the way to watch it.
Just click on the dots.
Split it up. Split it up into 6 nights, and you might be able to enjoy it.
They're never gonna make a new one, right? Like it's no second part, so there
Or
is no
maybe.
point.
I mean, judging by the success, because it's been pretty successful. So
Wait, who's the person that likes this though? Like genuinely goes like, "Fuck yeah, dude! The movie ruled."
I have a theory because this movie, like the on Twitter, like it's overwhelmingly positive, right? But Twitter is like
I'll check
what
right now.
they're the ones who asked for the movie, right? So my theory is that they were whining and complaining for so long to get this. They finally got it, and they got a shit product. But they can't admit to it, right?
They can't.
Like, or else we're gonna look stupid, right? So we have to love it.
One says happy hashtag Snack Snyder's Justice League. Hashtag Snyder Cut. Best director ever at Zack Snyder.
Fuck. Okay.
One of them says, you know what? Okay,
about
wait,
that?
give me a second.
Can you report it?
This is when we need to take out that. Wait, can you hear?
Yeah, there it is. One of them says, just finished watching Justice League. It was pretty good. A couple slow parts and a lot of the stuff made us roll our eyes and laugh. One of them is music.
Understand.
Overall, I'm retarded. Overall, was mostly worth the 4 hours.
What?
Another one says, after I finally saw the movie, I have to say that's exactly how Justice League has to be. Thanks, Zack Snyder, for this masterpiece. At WB Pictures, please unleash the Snyderverse. Hashtag Snyder Cut, hashtag Restore the Snyderverse, hashtag Zack Snyder's Justice League, hashtag DC Comics.
Who is that person? Honestly, like, what's wrong?
Those aren't trolls. Those are genuine fans of the movie.
I know Gio's an in. He's gonna change his mind, but I know he's an in.
I have a feeling he's in too, but we'll see till next week when he comes back. We'll see what he thinks.
So it looks like we have 2 outs, 2 deletes, and 2 ins on this movie. So this movie is perfectly balanced as the universe should be. Thank you, Kevin and Swan, for coming on. The young adults have brought balance to the In Out Delete podcast. Do you guys want to tell people where you can find you guys?
We're bad on social media, so you could just find us on Instagram. You can follow me at Young Brown Adult, or you could, check out a pod at youngadultspodcast.com. It'll take you to all the links, and that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.
That's exciting.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invite.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys are here.
We had fun.
Appreciate your hot takes on the Zack Snyder's Justice League.
It was fun, man. I like shitting on movies, it's fun.
You were really positive about it, so you do a lot of shitting.
Half and half. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta give a punch and then give a little, you know what I mean? Balance.
Well, all that being said, listen to the Young Adults podcast, and good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.